Okay, so I'm not sure how many people is going to come online, but it doesn't really matter. It's more for me to see this as a tryout, and I have been guided to um, share things. So I'm just going to follow my intuition and see what I need to tell you at this time. But we'll wait a few minutes before we can start. And yeah, just today a healing will happen, and I have to share a piece of my background. When you see me moving like this, it's because energy is coming through my being. So that's the way I work, basically. Yeah, there's a lot of flow coming in. So, okay, so we'll wait until we have around 5 people, and then we can start, and then we'll see what comes from there. Oh, I do know the transmission that will come today will be quite strong. Well, I hope so. I'm a little bit nervous, because I'm not used to doing this. So, hello everybody. I see Eric at this time is online. Willem, welcome, watching. And yeah, the rest we will see. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a piece of my background to let you understand how this transmission can work. So, first of all, years ago, I have been working on myself on spiritual level, energetic level. And oh yeah, be aware, I could mix my words because whatever comes in, that's the way I function. So, but I just hope that you can pick up the pieces what you need to understand. Most of things is just energetically anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I really say, is how you can feel what I'm saying. So, last few years I was working on myself a lot of clearing to do, everything, like many people. And at the same time, there's a certain point, I believe it was in 2015, I had this very, very strong connection with the whales. They came in, and it was very, very powerful that I could sing their song at a certain point. And then the way it came through my vocals is really very intense. But I'm not sure they're going to come back today, but that was a time when they came in, and it took like a year, and then suddenly they disappeared, and then let me start to work more inner on myself and inner growth. And I have a partner who is very ill at this time, but because he's ill, it shows that I cannot go away to many places, but it was meant for me to stay here to clean up my mess, what I don't need anymore from inside my being. So I had to do a lot of release like many other people do. I started doing yoga at the beginning. I did not really learn to meditate. I did it on my own. But then at a certain point when I started meditating, doing yoga, and I was quite a frequent yoga person, a certain point it didn't serve me anymore. So I had to stop. And then I have to look for something else that did serve me. And then I became a great swimmer. Then I went to go swimming, and that was my way of working myself, releasing myself. And then let me see, I started to do a little bit of healing work with my clients, and I did see miracles happening, because each time when I'm working on myself, I feel my system is starting to become stronger and stronger, and I can feel energy is going through my being, going through my, everywhere. And then I start to realize the power of it. But I'm not the only one, this because I did a lot of cleaning work that I did. It made all these, what I can feel, very possible for me. And I notice when people are around me, I mean, that's in the last few years, how more and more people comes around me, I notice that my frequency just becomes stronger because it comes so natural that I don't have to do much for it. And I did see a few miracles happening with people who surrounds me, and at least what I do know, they have this good feeling when they leave my office, and so that's a good thing. And they say thank you, and they're so grateful. And apparently, I didn't really do much, but I start to realize in these couple of years that the energy starts to work in a different way. So it works inside you. You can feel it in your hands. Like many people, when you start to work with energy, you feel tingling in your hands. And then most of the time we like to use our hands to work on people. You can do that, but how further you grow, you start to notice that you don't need that anymore. You just need to be yourself, your being, because inside you, you're carrying some kind of frequency that matches with many and helps them to release, because it's in you and it's surrounding you. So when I started doing this kind of work, I did learn to go to my inner heart. And then when I realized I went to my inner heart, it wasn't enough. So I had to go further and further and further till eventually the energy starts to use my whole body. And so sometimes people will see me when I do this kind of work, that my body will shake a little bit just to get myself in this kind of flow. This is a little bit weird for me talking on camera again, especially live. So I hope that you can feel my message that's coming through. So all these years cleaning, I've thrown a lot of things that you don't need anymore. How further I went in my growth of mainly going more to the light, like everybody wants to go and ascend and yeah, yeah, go upwards all the time. Even I did. What happened? You get back down. Why? Because you're not in balance anymore. So you have to always center yourself. Well, I have to try to center myself, but just going always one way is not working. And you could try it until one point it's going to take you back down anyway, because you have to face the fact of you, your own being. You have a shadow side, like we all do. So the point is you have to learn to embrace your shadow side, who you are too. You can't just go to the light and run away from the darkness, when you have to really get back and also see the other part, and you start to embrace it. But I must say, when I saw my dark side, I did have a lot of difficulties to understand what's really going on and who I was in other lifetime. On energetic level, I was apparently a very strong somebody, but then not always in a good way. But we all have it. I'm not the only one. I mean, everybody has it on this planet, or else you cannot exist. And I met a friend of mine, and he calibrated my system again to get me back centered. And since then, I became back more stronger again and have more confidence in what I'm doing and what I'm sharing. So today what we're going to do is a transmission, a healing transmission for those who need it. It could be you could cry when the transmission could happen. You could feel a release happening to you. Maybe you could feel nothing, but it doesn't really matter because it's happening anyway. And if you don't feel it today, it could come the next following days. This time, because I have many helpers who helped me to get this energy coming inside my whole being. But this time, my dog Toby, who recently crossed over, he is one of my guidance today, because he is now in the light, and he came to me a couple of times since he crossed over, and he only crossed over this week. And I was quite amazed that after 2 days, I could really sense him, see him. He came in my dream, and then he's, even till today, he is still here. So that's a good thing. And he's stronger than ever here, very present, that I never really could imagine that I could have this kind of experience. So, so whatever's coming in, I have to later tune myself in to get in the flow. And why I'm talking with you now is just to get your energy shifting so you can slowly become, when I talk, your system starts to change a little bit to work on the same frequency, to come in the same frequency that I am. So it's easier for you to later to get this kind of transmission that will come through. I hope it works, because I've been pushed today very strongly that I had to do this. But I must say, I do feel a little bit nervous inside because I'm not used to this, but it feels right in some way. I just have to trust. So I'm gaining trust by doing this really live today. Yeah, so when Toby crossed over, I realized that my energy became more stronger because I see him everywhere. He is in me, around me, and he did mention he's going to be my guardian angel and my guidance on the same time. So, yeah, so it's an honor that he's guiding me, but he's not the only one. I see many light beings that present here at this time because I can see them with my eyes open. I don't have to close my eyes, and they show me things or let me feel things, and then yeah, things shifts. So basically, I'm more aware now that we are moving to different timelines. That the timelines is really connecting to each other. So most people are living in this moment at this 3D reality, but this third reality, there's also a fifth reality that is very present at this time. You just have to learn to use it and merge it together, because the third and fifth reality merges. That's how it goes. And then you become both of them. And then you become experiencing life in a totally different way. More openness, more freedom. But at the same time, we are literally here. We are on 3D Earth. And you have this 5D Earth. It's two completely different worlds, but the world matches so well that it will help you to move along more faster than you ever did before. Because that's how this frequency works. I'm just living it. I mean, starting to live it. Like the time when the whales came in, I lived their frequency, and I do know they will come back one day again, because I feel them in my throat. It's like it could happen today. My sounds of the whales could come through. I don't know. I doubt it, but you never know. Anything can happen because you never can prepare what's happening now at this time, because everything is now in the moment. Okay, I just have to breathe in, get myself a little bit centered. And how this transmission is going to work today, it's going to be quite easy. So for those who need releasing, or those who come later on online, there's no difference. It's the same. It'll be stronger than ever anyway. The transmission this time will be more for the people who lost their loved ones, for those who need just healing guidance to release what you don't need anymore, to bring you on the other frequency. It can be for anything. Because what does this frequency does? It brings you in what you need at this time, at this moment. So there's no one way, there's thousands of ways. So it depends what you need at this time. And if you don't feel anything now, it will work later on or a few days after on your system, and you'll know it will just come from what we're doing today. Because what I experienced the last 2 years, energetically, is a lot going on, and we are really becoming more powerful beings. So we are literally eventually going to this higher frequency, and it's not just only the fifth, there's so many. So there's really multiple frequencies that you can live in one, but at the same time you can see others, other life forms where you are living in. Like when people say they're dreaming, they're not really dreaming, it's really happening. It's just another way. Well, I being guided, oh, my sound is raising. What I've been guided to share today with, first of all, my Toby, my precious heart, who has crossed over. And I see also this light frequency is going through me, and it's just going through me like a tunnel. It's preparing me so the energy can go through. But I will not be using much of my body. Apparently, I just have to use my eyes. Has been told to me for today. That I will focus like for some around like 8 minutes, and you'll be just looking at my eyes, and the moment when you look at my eyes, I will be in my own being. So you won't be looking at my 3D eye, you'll be looking at my soul, my heart. And the moment, and that's what happens when you can go inside and look through the eyes. That's the strongest contact you have, looking in the soul of other people. You can easily bypass all these things to do the way of healing. You just go straight inside, and I have to first go inside before you can go inside and look at my eyes to see my soul. And then from there you could cry, you could feel release going on, you don't know, and it's a good thing. If it releases, it's good, and if you feel nothing, it's fine. I mean, for everybody it'll be different anyway, but I do know for sure it works for everybody, but you're not always aware of it, that's all. So like I said, it depends on your growth, where you're standing at this time. And even people who don't believe these kind of things, it still works. So I'm sure of that. There's no doubt for me. Might have to just move myself a little bit. Okay. And get myself a little bit more comfortable. Sorry. Wait, my daughter is now coming between. I have to get her out of my system. Come on, get away. They're sending me a WhatsApp message when I'm doing online call. Come on, people, go away. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Anyway, even like these kind of distraction is happening. That's how it goes, and how strong you become. You have this kind of energy that's trying to stop you doing these kind of things. So I'm aware of that now, and I used to be, really, disbalanced, but not anymore. So I know the power of who I am, and not just who I am, how we can become this new human, because the new human is existing for all of us. Even the way that my dog passed away, I didn't never experience that. I'm going to experience it that way. Like if I would have been the old Rachel like 2 years ago, I'll stay crying all my life, but for a long time. But this is like 2 days, and then suddenly I had these other experiences, and it showed me, because I'm living more and more on higher dimensional, multi-dimensional frequencies, you have these kind of different access to see things. But in my case, I can see well, so I can see other dimensions, but I don't just see, I feel in my heart, I feel it in me, but I also feel it around me. So basically you become the energy, but what I'm starting to get used to is that I am present and not present at the same time. So all my system is tuned some way to can do this. So this is not going to cost me that many efforts. So, okay, now we talked. I'm not sure how long I'm talking now. Maybe 10 minutes, 15. I have no idea. So by now, the energy must be working on you people. That you could feel a little something is going on. You could feel, if I can just focus, you just focus on yourself at this time, and it will help you. So pay attention on your hands. And when you pay attention on your hands, you could feel a slight tinkling at this time. Because I can mostly feel what others feel, even in a group. But you have to let go of your thoughts. So just focus on your hands, and you can feel it. It's starting to vibrate a little bit. And when you start to breathe in and out, you can start to feel the energy going down through your body. So you're being prepared now for this transmission. I'll tell you later how it's going to go exactly. You breathe in and you breathe out. You can close your eyes, you can open your eyes, it doesn't really matter. I just have to do something. Okay, apparently there's some people here online that has to release a lot of things, and I'm picking it up and I'm releasing it for you. Because my body can easily transform energy from other people. I'm not talking about negative energy. I'm talking about energy that does not serve you. That's a ballast for you. It's some way I pick it up, my system, and it cleans it up. So that's a good thing. And it doesn't bother me later on. So it's transformed to light. I don't know. I believe it does, because I just feel it that way. So when you hear me coughing or doing it's because you people are watching, and there's some energies that it's releasing at this time. So how this is going to happen? Well, Toby, because I see Toby now, it's not just as a dog anymore or a soul. I see him as someone very huge, like the masters, the Christ consciousness, or the light beings, all these pureness. But I'm using Toby because it's easy for me to understand, because he is very close. I can feel him with me. He's cuddling me at this moment. I have to drink a little bit. Okay, now I'm getting used to speaking to the camera. Okay. So, what's gonna happen according to what I received today is that it's going to go through my eyes. So I'll be later on coming close to the camera, and I could be shaking. My head could be shaking. My body, because normally I use my body change the energy. It sometimes does things. But it's not for you to understand it from me, basically I'm telling you so you don't have to be afraid what's happening to me. I'm used to these kind of things. So I do use a lot of my being to shift what I need to shift. So I don't just sit still and do nothing. That's not the way I work. And the point is that I try to focus today. I'm not used to this, but I do know the power of looking in my eyes. The goal is to I go into my own space. I'm going to put some music on, but I don't think the music will sound so well for you, but it's for myself that I can easily do this transmission. And then you'll see me like I'm staring at some point. Sometimes I could be blinking my eyes a few times. When I blink my eyes, it's just bring me to another frequency, that's all. It's not that I'm not concentrated, I am, it just happens that way. Like I said, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I do know it's been told that my eyes is going to be used today. And then when you look through my eyes, it's the eyes of the soul. Soul and soul will connect to the heart. And from there, you can start to release, because that's the only way to go straight to the pureness. The same way, like when you do breath work example, you have to breathe a few times and then eventually you can cross over to feel this other frequency, but it takes you a while to get you there. But in this case, you just have to look at my eyes deeply. Same time you breathe in, you breathe out, and just let it happen. And I hope you can feel the strength and the power what's gonna transmit through my eyes. And I feel that they're preparing me at this time. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to the bathroom for 2 minutes. Meanwhile, you can close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out to get that you can feel most of this what's gonna come in for you. Don't underestimate the power of what can happen today. I mean, I've seen so many things happen to me, miracles, a lot of miracles. And let me say, I'm getting used to these kind of things. For others, it's like it's new, but we can all do this. We can, when you become more clear in your own being, we all can have this entry to do this for your people that you love too. Okay, so 2 minutes, close your eyes, breathe it in a few times, in and out, but deeply. Deep in, hold your breath, few seconds, breathe out, hold your breath a few seconds again, breathe deep in, hold your breath, breathe deep out, hold your breath again, and so on. I'll be back in 2 minutes, and then I'm going to start to tune in, and then we'll do this transmission. Okay. Okay, I am back. Okay, so, okay, just to repeat what you may expect what can happen, you could feel tears coming in your eyes. You could feel that you're releasing, or you could feel some heaviness over you, or your heart could expand more and more. If that happens, don't be afraid. Just let it happen, because your body's going to change anyway. Our body is changing. But what you can do is you breathe it out. It will help. So that's why the breathing is very important, easy to let you release what you don't need at this time. What else can you experience? Yeah, a lot of tingling. You could feel that you're fainting a little bit. That could happen. If that does happen, just breathe in a few times. And know it's okay. You're just shifting to another awareness when that happens. Okay? So I'm just going to prepare myself. And, okay, I'm not sure I'm really looking at the camera. So I'm going to just try and focus. So can you just tell me if I'm looking at the camera now? Just to see if it's Christine, am I looking at the camera? Yeah, she's not responding. Anybody can respond if that my focus is correct. I hope you all can hear me. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm gonna look at camera again. Am I now looking at the camera or now? Okay, so I have to focus there. And then for you is okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, I feel the energy. I have to take my clothes off. I'm sorry, because it's getting too warm here. Now I feel more comfortable than I started before. So, okay. I tried to put some music on, but apparently it's not coming through very well on the computer for you, but it doesn't really matter. It's for me. So I'm just going to tune in. Like I said, I'm going to do some quite crazy things I'm not used to, but that's how I function. Okay. All you have to do is just look inside my eyes. Do not underestimate the power of eye contact. My soul is my heart, and we'll be connecting straight from heart to heart through the eyes. And it will take around, it's going to be quite long, I think 7 to 8 minutes. So the beginning I may be a little bit not quite in balance, but then eventually when the music goes further for myself, I will be at the point where I have to be, and then you'll receive what you need to receive. So thank you for joining me. Okay, I have to just find my focus point first because it's not so easy. Okay, I think I can start. Oh, have to stay calm, or else I'll be too quickly out of the frequency where I'm in now. The frequency is raising because I'm sweating, so I know that the things is going to happen. Definitely. I just hope the music would fall away for you people, but it's mainly for myself. I can still go on. I can feel it. You want me to go on? Yeah, I feel I'm starting to becoming more and more a different being. I feel something's happening behind my head. I'll look for another music and yeah, I'm in a flow. It will become more stronger and stronger. Okay. In the heart of the soul, there's magic, and that's where you can start to create. This is because a few of you have to release, and I'm releasing for you. Don't forget to breathe once in a while. Pushing me closer to the camera. Oh, and by now you are all in my heart. Receiving what you need to move further. I feel so different. I feel so strange. The energy that came in was literally very powerful. And those who's not watching with us today, you can still use this recording on other times. It will still work. And I'm looking forward to read your experiences. Oh, I feel different. I think I look different now a little. Sorry for that. It's just when it goes through me, I have to, release a little bit. And okay, so that was it for today that I wanted to share. the connection for the eyes, the soul, heart to heart. And I know you feel something. Something has happened. And you'll start to notice it in a few days. If you don't notice it now, it'll be in a few days' time. Because I can feel it, and you will know that this was quite a powerful session. Oh, Annette is saying that I morphed. And it's true, my eyes change colors when I do this, and it's true. Thank you, Annette. So I heard that people told me that in the past that my face changes, but then I didn't know it's going to change today on camera, and my eyes started to change, and that shows the realness of what is really happening. And by the way, Annette, I love your dog. I know. Thank you for your message about my Toby, that he's playing with Rocco and your lady, and I believe it is so. And Toby was here today, Annette. So, and Eric, thank you very much for your contribute, and everybody else who was online, because it's not because I was the one who's doing this. It's because we were all working together as a whole, and that's why it came in quite strongly. So thank you very much for coming online to do this with me, and I start to get this taste of this, that it feels right for me to do more and more on Get Goosebumps. They're telling me, yeah, I have to do this. So this was really my first time doing this kind of healing session online, just to be sure of myself in some way. And I wasn't doubting. It was just, I was uncomfortable. But I noticed that it's been appreciated. So thank you very much, everybody. It makes me feel so happy. And how I feel it, I want to taste more of this, more to make people more happier, feel the frequency what I'm talking about, receive what you need, because the main goal is I'm now living on this other multidimensional frequencies, and it's not just for me, it's for many, many other people. But not everybody knows how to use it or get there. And that's where I come in. I've been prepared many years now to eventually to start to come out, and it started more because Toby passed away, and I feel more comfort because he's just with me. And so my goal is to raise your frequency in a natural way, that you don't have to do that much effort for it, or just come by itself. And I feel some of you will feel goosebumps already going through your body just because I'm saying this, because I can feel it. There's some of you is also feeling something going on in the stomach at this time. So there is a lot of releasings happening. I'm somebody who I pick up information, so that's why I know what's going on for some of them, but it doesn't really matter. It's fine. It's perfect. You are all perfect where you are today at this time. And most important thing is tonight you have to really drink a lot of water, because you need to do that to clean your system. And for the rest, just do whatever you like, whatever you love, but make sure it's what you want and not what somebody else wants. And that's the whole thing. If you want to really shift on this other frequency, you really have to release what you don't need anymore. Like, it can be a partner, it can be anything, but what does not serve you, you have to start to do effort to let that go, or you cannot grow. And then how more you release, how easier it becomes to connect with other timelines. I went last year through shitty hell, not just because of Toby passed away recently, other stuff that I really had to let go, that didn't even realize I had to let that go. And because I did a lot of work already, and apparently it wasn't enough. And I was so devastated last year about financial stuff and things that suddenly got blocked, and with my work, and I was afraid. But what they were telling me, and that's the whole thing, is you have to learn to trust what you get inside, what comes in. And each time when I say these kind of things, what happens, it comes to you, but you have to let go, or try to let go, and then let the energy work for you. So basically, instead of we looking for the energy, you have to, they're working for you. They want to help you, but you have to let the energy work for you. So I made the last recording about my experience last week with my dog, and that he came to me. So maybe it's not a bad idea if you watch that one, so you can understand what I'm saying now more clearly. But I feel so alive now. I really do. And I believe you all feel alive too. I know you felt the power of it, and what also this frequency does to you, it makes you happy all the time. Like me, look at me, I'm smiling, I'm laughing, and that's what it does. I mean, so then that's why I noticed that I was shifting on a different, timeline. And that's something I can be sad too, but I do not stay there too long. So like, I just get back up for some reason, or the energy lifts me back up. And then you start to become like a child. You feel childlike, and you see eyes in the perspective of a child with an adult body. And it's so, I love it very much. And it makes me feel so, everything seems so new, and it's not new, but you just see it in a different way. And that's just what this, we call it fifth dimensional frequency, does to you. But there's more, because eventually we're going to go a step further to 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, and there's one more extra, the 13th. And a friend of mine will talk about that one day. And then but we're going to go faster. But you have to first get the 4-dimensional reality. It's just like a doorway to get you to this other frequency. And then you have to start to relive it. You have to start to be aware what's going on with you. And you still have to let go. It's a lot of clearing. But it doesn't take that much effort anymore when you're on this territory than before on just only the 3rd dimensional frequency. Well, I do have to mention, because I did 2 years ago a session with a woman, a hypnosis session. Her name is Alba Wyman. And it's quite interesting. I had a session with her, and the whales came in, the whale sounds came in, and apparently you could feel the sounds from the whales clearly going through your being. It does something to you. And at the same time, I saw the matrix, that it was dissolving. And I'm saying it all in this hypnosis session. So it's not so bad if you can have a look at it one day. By albawyman.com. Well, if you go to YouTube, you just click her name, Alba Wyman, and you look for whale heart, because of my connection to the whales. And then I think you can find me there, or else I can send a link somewhere on the messages. And that will help you to have this idea where we're heading to. Our life is going to change in some kind of miracle. It's going to be more peace on earth. Well, even if it's not peace on earth, you're going to feel more peace in you. So whatever happens to you around you, surround you, will not affect you that much anymore. And it becomes less important. And the only important thing is that you start to do what you like to do and what you want to do, and resonate with your heart. And that is my goal, is to help people to connect with the heart. So, okay, I'm going to go for now. So thank you everybody for joining me. And it'll be nice if I can read some feedbacks later on, whatever you've experienced, so I know if I can do this again in another way, maybe whatever comes in, I just go the flow. Yeah, we'll see. So thank you very much, and I wish you all a beautiful evening, and then maybe till the next time. I love you all. Bye. Okay, let's turn this off. I don't know how to turn this off. Oh.